Fellow lost souls, wanderers, adventurers and heroes. Many of us have found ourselves trapped in Barovia, imprisoned by the mists. The devil Strahd has incarcerated us here, and the only way out is to kill him, or die in the attempt. So, welcome to Barovia. The land is cursed, and now, so are you.
Hello! Hello, friends. Hello, everyone. Well, I think it's just me and Adam at the moment, but that's great. Good morning. This is such an exciting time of day to be streaming. Welcome to our slightly different Curse of Strahd stream today. For a little bit, Adam and I are going to be off on Debb and Ted's excellent adventure, while the rest of the party continue with what they're up to. The setup for this was due to happen in our last group session, which, because of life, didn't happen. So we're going to go off and do our thing today, and then you'll see Mink, Marie, and Diota's reaction to Teddy doing their own thing the next time that we play with those three players. So it's the same campaign. We've split the party. We've done the thing that everybody says you should always do in D&D, and we've sent one player off on their own, and it will probably be fine. Yeah. Okay, I'm Debbie. I use she, her pronouns. I am still the dungeon master. And Adam, my player, introduce yourself and your character.
Hi, everybody. Yes, my name is Adam. I use they, them, or he, him pronouns. And I play Teddy of Arbora, who is a half satyr, half dragonborn, half cleric, half fighter, which is, I know I'm not supposed to use this word, insane. I don't know what I was thinking. It just absurd. Like, what am I doing? Why do I have to make things so hard for myself? And I don't even mean just in D&D. Like, I could be talking to my therapist right now. Why do I make things so hard
not
for myself?
therapy? Did I misunderstand that?
D&D, no, it definitely it is it is therapy.
That's what I
just
thought
ask
too.
Burbage Kemp, who's the vehicle container for all of my worst anxieties and neuroses. And
Oh,
Burbage, I hope he's okay. I hope he's
Yeah.
okay.
He'll be fine.
We'll see. Anyway, happy to be here.
Great to have you. It's so exciting. One-on-one D&D feels like really exciting and intense. There's no one to hide. It's just me and you.
Did you listen to when Andy did the special one-on-one sessions? It was in the Fates of Ren feed. It was the three experiments with the three different Aryans. Yeah, I thought that was pretty fun and
super great. But
I like it.
Whether it's like Fates of Rin, the main group, or the one shots, or the three Aryans, like Andy's DMing is always on point. So like, let's see. This is going to be fun.
It's gonna be. You're great too.
Oh, too nice. Housekeeping. We are affiliate on Twitch, which means you can cheer and subscribe. You can also link your Amazon Prime account to support us via Prime Gaming. Chat commands. We have exclamation point Discord. Oh, is it working? Ah, yeah, there it is. It's just a little bit slow. That's fine. We'll get you in our Discord community. If you want to see pictures of my dogs or my garden, get in there. Exclamation point merch will get you a link to our merch store where you can buy cool stuff. with artwork designed by members of the community in reference to campaigns, inside jokes, other cool stuff. !KO-FI will get you a link to our Ko-Fi or Coffee page so you can support us with the money. And last chat command is !donate. Galway's not here. I have to diss myself. I'm an adult. It's fine. This points you to the Colorado Immigrant Rights Coalition, which is obviously, with what's going on in America at the moment, and we watch tentatively from overseas, a very necessary resource. But as Galway always says, look for something local to you to support in your area if you can. And for those of you that are in our Discord, you can sign up to play or GM Halloween games. Please sign up in advance of next Friday, the 12th of September. So if you're watching this after then, I hope you signed up in time. All right. Are we ready? Let's get cursed.
Oh, yeah.
So ready. All right, I'm going to do us a recap and then get us situated for what's occurring now. So last time we played as a group, there was a big pro and con discussion about the dinner with Lady Watcher. And so we went off to dinner, except we didn't end up having any dinner. We just had a conversation about what she was up to. And it seems that she's got a better opinion of Strahd than the party has. She thinks he's a negligent landlord rather than a monster. And the party failed an audition they did not know they were going for. No callback. Lady Watcher gave them the crummy wine that they'd gifted to her as they left. She's very rude. So I think that probably went as well as could be expected, but we had low expectations, so that's fine. We then went to the graveyard to guard it. Isaac had a lovely picnic set up, so we did end up having some dinner. He also had several bottles of wine, which he shared, although nobody was that interested in having some wine. We had a nice little fight with some zombies and skeletons and ghosts. Isaac tanked a lot of damage for us and used a wine bottle as an improvised weapon quite successfully. So after that, we, as a group, went back to the Blue Water Inn, and now Teddy is having a rest at the Blue Water Inn after the longest Tuesday of his life. So, Teddy, before you go to bed, is there anything that you do? Or do you think you'd just be exhausted? You'd like wash your face and roll into bed?
I would read another hour of the Book of Exalted Deeds.
Nice, yeah.
Which will bring me to 5 hours total.
Okay. Very good.
4 + 1 = 5. It's riveting stuff.
5 hours of Book of Exalted Deeds. Roger that. Only 75 left to go.
Can I just spend my solo adventure just reading by myself somewhere?
If you just want to sit in bed in Valakai for 2 days reading this book, sure, you can.
All right, stream over. No, Teddy will read another hour of that, and he has gotten, presumably through a section about the exalted deed of like going off on your own adventure, and maybe that's what gives him the idea of like, you know what, I want to do that exalted deed. I want to go off and do my own thing. I mean, he's got real motivation to do it too.
Well, yeah, he will have in a minute. So what do you think, like, as Teddy's reading this, like, what do you think, like, the final chapter that he read that would be about, like, somebody going off maybe on their own to do a journey that maybe would, like, stay in his mind as he fell asleep? Like, what story do you think would stick with Teddy?
It's the story of a young a shepherd's child out on a farm in the country or a ranch or a place. um, and they have lost a herd
Mm.
of sheep, and his father was unable to um, find the sheep that day. Um, and so early the next morning, before his father awakes, this young shepherd, this teenage shepherd, wakes up and goes off on his own, feeling like, you know what, I'm going to find my father's flock for him. And, I'm going to make this happen.
Oh yeah, and I think that would stick with Teddy because of his past as a Pegasus herder.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, trying to do something good that he knows he can do, um, without kind of a support team. He can go off on his own and do it. Interesting. All right. Um. So Teddy finishes up reading his book of exalted deeds. He puts it on his little bedside table and he rolls over. And do you think Teddy would have any difficulty going to sleep after the day you've had, or would he be out like a light?
After all the terrible, awkward socializing with difficult, obstinate people,
Mm-hmm.
obtuse even,
The Axe
obstinate,
body
and
spray instance. Yeah.
the Axe body spray incident. And then fighting in the zombies and skeletons in the graveyard. Teddy is exhausted, and I think he would fall asleep pretty easily.
Yeah. Teddy needs the book of exhausted deeds as well. I think that would help him out.
Exhausted. That's great.
Yeah, it's good. Thanks for explaining the joke as well. I appreciate that. That's great.
I
Save me having to do it. That's always the best thing about a joke when you explain it. Okay. So Teddy is out like a light, having read a chapter of his book of exalted deeds about this shepherd going off to find his father's flock. That's really staying with Teddy. And you know, when you're asleep, you feel like time is passing really quickly, and also like no time is moving at all. And your brain is kind of replaying your time in Barovia, your time in the death house, and what you now know was looping you through it again and again, and kind of that, maybe trauma's too strong a word, but kind of those events that were kind of formative to your starting experience here in Barovia. And then the time since you've met Mink and Diota and Marie, and getting out of the death house and kind of breaking that cycle, and being able to move on to do different things. And then your time in the village of Barovia and how you tried to help Doru, with limited success. And then getting Irina to Valakai, and you know that since you successfully guarded the graveyard last night with the zombies and the skeletons and the ghosts, the church will have been reconsecrated. You saved a boy's life from like demon possession. That's pretty huge. You feel like you're really starting to make a difference here in Barovia, even with what feels like some incredible odds stacked against you. Like as you're asleep and your subconscious is replaying these events for you, you're starting to feel like you're growing and developing as a character. And so while you sleep, you are going to level up. If you haven't already, you can level up. So I think you're going to level 5 now.
Next session, long rest and level up. Okay, I don't think I didn't
You
do
don't think you
anything
did it?
yet.
Good.
So
But
let me.
this is your long rest, so this is your level up. So
Awesome,
click your
that's
long rest
exciting.
button, get your level up, while I'm narrating what you're dreaming. And then something new happens. This is not a replay of an event of something that has happened to you in Barovia, which is what your subconscious has shown you in your dreams so far. And as a note, when you wake up, you are going to remember all of this, because sometimes you have dreams and you don't hold on to them so tightly, but this is one of those dreams where you are aware that it is happening, and when you wake up, you're going to remember every single detail. It is going to stick with you. And in your dream, as you're in Valakai, there's like a cloud that goes over your head, and it's not sunny, but the cloud casts a really obvious dark shadow, and it's the shape of a dragon. And the dragon lands on the top of the Blue Water Inn, which you're walking towards to go to bed. It's coming towards the end of the night tonight that we just talked about, all of your big activities. And it's nighttime, so like the sun isn't up. The dragon shouldn't cast a shadow, but it really did. And it's an enormous, ancient silver dragon. You've never met a dragon. This is huge, but it's balanced very lightly on the building. It's not damaging any of the roof tiles. And as you look at it, it shimmers a bit, and you're not sure whether that's like, oh, that's how dragons just shimmer, that's cool, or if it's slightly non-corporeal. You're not sure. But this big dragon is there, and it's on top of the building that you're going towards. And I don't think that Teddy has ever met a dragon. So in his dream in that moment, how do you think Teddy would feel?
Terrified, maybe, by the sheer scope of it. That's a huge
Mhm.
thing, and also in the weird surrealism of the dream, it's probably quite maybe potentially nightmarish in its in a way, maybe
Mhm.
tinged with a simultaneously with a sense of I don't know, feeling drawn towards it. So
Yeah.
both terrified of it, but also like compelled to to attend to it in some way, whether to move toward it or keep looking at it or
Yeah. So I think that initial instinctive fear response happens. And then, a few beats later, your rational brain kind of kicks in and you go, okay, I know silver dragons are good. I don't think I'm in danger here, but the size and scope of this and what's going on in my dream is unsettling, but you're curious. You do feel drawn to this creature. And maybe you like shake your head to try and kind of settle your fear a bit or reactivate moving yourself forward. Like sometimes you have to physically shake yourself out of something when you become frozen in fear. And like just for a minute, you see instead of the dragon has a face, and it's the face of the dragonborn man, your father. But like as you blink again, nope, it's definitely an enormous silver dragon. It's not a person. Do you think that would change anything about what Teddy was up to? Like that moment, would he kind of try and blink and clear his eyes again?
sure, blink. Yeah. Um I think it's certainly a striking moment,
Mm-hmm.
especially because the last time he had the I mean, yeah, he had recently, time is weird, in Teddy's life,
Yes.
had a dream about his father's face appearing to him. So, yeah, I think he would blink and rub his eyes. But you said the
It's
face is only
definitely
there
a dragon.
momentarily.
Fully a dragon.
It's a
Yeah.
dragon.
And the dragonborn was a silver dragonborn, so you're like, okay, maybe my brain is just trying to protect me and is rationally like projecting this image of a silver dragonborn where there's a silver dragon, but no, it's definitely a silver dragon. There's no two ways about it. Who knows what's going on? Bit weird. Do you think Teddy would move, or would Teddy stay still? He's probably like 100, 200 meters away from the Blue Water Inn that the dragon is perched on top of.
I think he would move closer.
Yeah. So, as you approach, the the dragon kind of adjusts himself on top of the tavern to look down at you. And again, you're drawn to like where its claws meet the rooftop. Like you would expect if a dragon was gripping on, like maybe some of the roof tiles would crack, there'd be a little bit of damage. And there's a weight to a dragon that you would anticipate could do some damage to a building, but nothing. It's like it's non-corporeal. It's not there. It's not there gripping on, doing damage to the tiles, or having any weight, but it is there in as much as you can see it. You can feel its breath, and you hear its voice as it speaks to you. It says, Teddy. Does it know your name? But it's a dream. Like, maybe everything in a dream knows your name. Teddy, you must come and find me. You must remember who you are. It is calm, it is centered, but its voice has an urgency and a power that reverberates through you in a way that you've never experienced in a dream before. You must find me. You must uncover why Strahd has taken such a dislike to you and you alone. Come south to the remains of my stronghold, Teddy. Uncover the secrets of your family, your destiny. You must remember who you are, Teddy. And you feel at the depths of your being, like behind your navel, like your abdomen, your legs, everything is pulled towards this dragon. Like you're being tugged on the end of a thread, and your body in the dream lifts up off the road, off the pavement, and is pulled towards the dragon. And as you get closer and closer and closer, the dragon isn't a dragon anymore, it is your father. And your body moves into this non-corporeal form until you overlap, and you feel like so cold, just like icy cold, as your body combines with that ghost, and you're awake.
Ooh.
Yeah. So what do you think Teddy would do after he woke up?
Ooh. Wipe that cold sweat from his forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you'd probably, though, immediately go about kind of packing if he had, like, just like he already knows what he has to do. You said it. What time is it? Is it the morning?
It's just before dawn. So the kind of weak light of the weak Barovian sun is doing something. So it's not pitch night anymore. You've had your long rest, but it's like right just before sunrise. So you can see, as you move around your room, you can see to pack your stuff up so you don't wake up your roommate or whatever. And you're awake, but that tug that you felt in your dream, it's still there and it's strong. There is no way that you could ignore this and like, oh, I'm just going to go about my daily business and like wake my party members up and deal with them. Like, you got to go, you got to go, you got to go is just playing over and over again.
Interesting. Yeah. So, you said that Teddy does not feel the ability or the inclination to like slow down and wake up the rest of the party.
No, he's got to go. You think you feel like you could, like, if you're as you're packing your stuff, you could, like, if you're packing with one hand, you could scribble a note with another hand, but there's not time for a conversation. There's not time to like have a party meeting about any of this. You're going.
Oh, sure.
You need to let them know.
Yeah. Over the table, I guess I need a refresher on like where did we land as a group with Lena and Elise and Galway.
Yep.
In terms of how they were comfortable kind of handling this. I recall there being some flexibility because they understand kind of the narrative needs and the logistical needs of me to kind of be able to play on my own. But can we talk through that as a moment as DM and player of like how best to proceed in this moment in a way that like everybody can role play?
Yeah, so I think there's two ways that I think we can do this. You can leave a note, or we can say that you did wake them up and we have the conversation off screen and you and I don't have to fudge that right now. But it's going to be like a the conversation happened off screen, and we can catch folks up the next time I'm playing with Lena and Elise and Galway in terms of what was said. You can tell me what you'd want to say, but it's like a 5-minute conversation. Like as you're packing your bags, you could wake them up, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not an hour or more. It's a this is happening. What do we need to do about it?
Right. So, I wonder if there's a way to. I mean, it might be kind of hand wavy because I like the narrative urgency and the role play kind of urgency of him leaving, and leaving like a note or something. But I wonder if can we do a kind of a hand wavy like maybe magical artifact thing of like to accommodate that narrative urgency, but also give the other players like some room in terms because like I think you normally under normal circumstances like they probably would have to have a long conversation to be comfortable with like Teddy, where are you
Yes.
going on your own? What's
Yeah.
going on? We can't do
Yeah.
that. That's not accommodated here. Can we do some kind of like can there happen to be like at the front desk of the inn or something like some kind of magical artifact or like a note or a way to kind of allow some kind of communication, even if it's like a recording or like a some kind of like image of Teddy or maybe a long distance thing that like allows some communication so that a note it's kind of a version of a note, but there's in addition like something that allows a bit more after Teddy leaves, so that the group doesn't feel totally like we have to go after Teddy, we have to find him. Does that make sense? Do you kind of have a sense of what I'm getting at?
Yes, and I think so you leave a note, you can leave a note, and then as you go down to like you've packed your bag and whatever, and you go down to the reception of the inn, the bar, right, where Danica or Erwin usually is, and even though it's like crazy early, Danica's behind the bar, and she looks at you, and she goes, "Okay, off on your own," and she gives you a sending stone, and she's going to give the other sending stone to the others, and that's going to let you can cast sending from it, and so you basically can have a distance conversation. So that will allow you to cast sending from it, which lets you have a short message of 25 words or fewer backwards and forwards. So you basically can have a remote conversation with them.
Sweet.
With that,
I think that's
that
cool.
right?
I think that, and I think they'll appreciate the ability to do that, and we'll work out kind of how that works between like the players and everything. And also after the initial whatever conversation over the sending stone needs to happen to kind of massage the party split, I as a player am on board with like let's get Teddy's sending stone broken as soon as possible. Like let's I don't know, I like danger, I like risk, I like being cut off from the group. So
Okay.
but also maybe we don't break the sending stone. Maybe we just go outside of network or something.
Well, yeah. It's Danica's sending stone, and technically it lets you send one message a day, but we can hand wave that so you guys can have the conversation, and then maybe that uses up the charges for like 2 weeks, so then you can't use it. But yeah, we can figure all that
Cool.
out.
Yeah, something like that.
Nice. All right. So you
and I
got your
wonder
sending
if there's
stone.
anything else I could.
Are there any like items that you'd like to leave behind?
That's what I'm wondering about. I Okay, well, I've got a couple I've got a blessed spell scroll.
Mm-hmm.
Does bless? Can you cast bless on yourself? You bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within. Whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw, the target can roll d.
I don't think that's a bad thing for you
3
to hold
creatures.
on to, but you can leave it behind if you want.
All right, I'll take your hint, I think. Yeah, I don't know if I really have. I mean, I've got a vial of holy water. Teddy can make
You can make that, yeah.
his own holy water, and I forget whether the rest of the group is kind of easily able to. He'll leave them that vial of holy water, knowing that
Yep.
he can kind of make his own. I by the way, it would be I also like, as kind of a subtext to this whole like impulse, this conviction that he needs to go off on his own. On some level, deep down, subconsciously, like this is about Teddy doesn't know this, but he feels it in his bones that what he really needs to do is find steak and egg pie.
Ah, yes. Oh, but you had a night's sleep, so do we not have to roll for your steak and egg pie?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, come on, come
Yeah,
on,
what-
come on. Now's the time.
That would
Now's
be
the
hilarious.
time.
What do I roll?
Just a d20. Every time Teddy sleeps, he rolls a d20, or a 19 or 20, he gets a dream about steak and egg pie. On a 1, he forgets about the existence of steak or egg.
I got a 14. So
Gotcha. So nothing.
not tonight.
Okay.
But maybe that's he needs to go somewhere where he can roll that 19 or 20. That's the real calling, the real mission in Teddy's life.
Yeah, you're correct. You're correct. Thank you for reminding me of that. I had forgotten.
Leaves vial of holy water for the group. We can figure out what the note says before their next session, maybe.
Yeah, you can write something and just put it in the thing for them. Like whatever you would
Yeah,
say,
please,
you can just say it.
if you remember, remind me to do that. If I don't do it on my own in the next few days, just before the next session, like a day before, let me know that would be helpful.
Good.
Cool.
Done.
Yeah. Note left with
Sending
vial of holy
stone.
water, sending stone in possession. And yeah, I mean, it's been fun making new friends, but on some level, right? Like the arena stuff, the Strahd stuff has felt like not a distraction, but a splitting of his attention, because he got pulled into Barovia mid kind of journey to heed the dream call of his father, and then got sucked into a death house on a loop for years, and then starts learning about Argen Vostok. Am I saying that right? And he's gotten all these little like tingles of like, what's going on here? Silver dragon heritage.
And you remember at the death house as well, like as you played through, like that little silver dragon, the body that you found, like all of these little like things are pinging around in your mind. Do you want to have a think about what you know about Argen Vostholt?
Yes, absolutely. Teddy would be trying to like organize his thoughts about that and his memories and the knowledge he's acquired. What would that take?
Do you want to roll? You can roll history. You can roll Arcana. You could roll nature to think about like what you know about silver dragons.
I'll roll history.
Okay. A 10. Okay. So
middling 10.
A literal middle of the road roll. So with a 10, you are very sure that this silver dragon that appeared to you in your dream is Argynvost, whose name is given to the stronghold Argynvostholt. And that kind of makes sense with what the dragon said to you in your dream of come south to what remains of my stronghold. You're like, okay, so you feel very sure that this is Argynvost and you're going towards Argynvostholt. And like, okay, he said south, so I've got a general direction. You know, because you have a map, or Marie, I think, has a map of Barovia that you've looked at, and you roughly know where Argynvostholt is because it is on the map, and you know roughly it's more than a day's travel. You don't know how long it is. It's not like 5 days travel, but it's like maybe 1 or 2. It's between 1 and 2 days travel, which means you're going to be camping out tonight. And you know that is risky. But there's not really another option because you don't know, like your history roll didn't tell you anything else about like exactly how far from Valakai it is. You don't know if it's like, oh, a day and an hour, in which case you could just push through. You don't know if it's like a day and 23 hours travel, in which case you've got to camp. You don't know that much detail, and you don't know kind of like enough about the geography between here and there to know a safe way of making it. You're going to be camping out tonight, and you just got to hope for the best for that.
Fun.
Yes. One further question. Do you have rations in your backpack? Do you have in your supplies?
I'm reasonably sure I do, but let me confirm. Yeah, I have 2 days worth of rations specified in my inventory.
Okay. So you can get through today and tomorrow and hope that in future you'll be able to find some food.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice. All right. So you're following your instincts. You're not necessarily like thinking too hard. You know that you're going towards Argynvostholt. Your history roll told you that you're going kind of south is the general direction, but you've got to get out of Valakai and go west on the Svalich Road. You don't have to think too hard about it. You're just following this pull, right? This insatiable pull to go, and you're going the way that's taking you.
Cool. How long? So I'm just curious. In Teddy's mind right now, do you think he has a sense of how long he's going to be kind of apart from the group? Like, what's his expectation here? Is his expectation like, look, I just got to go do this. I will meet back up with you guys in like a few days. Like, I anticipate like I'll get there before 2 days' time. I'll get some answers, and then I'll come back to you guys like after that. Like, I'll maybe be at the Samber Temple. I don't know. Or does he have no expectation? Like, is it not about? Is so driven by just like this like need to find answers that he's not even envisioning anything on the other side of the answers because it's about getting the answers, and everything after that is the unknown.
The latter. I don't think that's to say that Teddy is disregarding his relationship with the other party members. Like, I think probably in Teddy's note he would have been like, "Oh, I'll see you guys soon." He's not like, "Oh, I'm done with these people and that's
bye forever."
Yeah. Screw you guys, I'm going home. But he's also probably not treading with the normal care that Teddy might, of like, I'll be back in a few days. I've just got to figure this out. I got to go, and I don't know where it's going to take me. But we'll sort it out.
Cool. Sounds good. So yeah, traveling west.
So the way that the geography of Barovia is, you are kind of in the north of Barovia and in Valakai. To the north of Valakai is Lake Zarovich. and then the Svalich Woods, and then there's a mountain range further north. But you're quite in the Valley of Barovia, and you know that Argynvostholt is kind of south and west from where you are. And then further to the west is Kresik, the town of Kresik. And you came from the village of Barovia, which is south and east. So that's kind of the geography of where you're at and where you're going. So you will leave Valakai through the west gate, and you're heading straight west because that's the way the Svalich Road goes. And after a little bit of travel, like relatively early in the day before lunch, you get to a crossroads. So the road comes to an X intersection with branches. So you're coming from the west. So there's a northwest path. There's like a... So you're coming from the west, and the path continues on like further west, and then the road
coming from the east, you mean? From the east.
So you're traveling west coming from the east, and the path that you're on kind of goes southwest, and then there's the crossroads. There's a road that goes northwest and southeast.
Path.
Does that make sense?
Current path goes southwest.
Yes. And the crossroads, the route goes, there's a northwest and a southeast.
Okay.
Yes, wonderful. The lower half of a snapped wooden signpost thrusts upwards at an angle at one of the parts of the intersection, and the top half of the sign, featuring arms pointing in 4 directions, lies in the weeds nearby. So there are signposts that point you to the different ways, but you're not interested in that. You know where you're going, and you're just following the path that goes southwest. So keep going the way that you were going. You are pulled strongly forwards on that path, and you can see the way that the path goes in front of you as you continue on it. Like, your path goes into deep woods. So there's woods on your right hand side, there's woods on your left hand side, and as you progress forwards, you are pulled forwards on this path, but the pull is forwards, but it's also left. So if the opportunity presents itself, you should turn left. You can turn left into the depths of the wood, but Marie has told you enough times, like, going off the road is dangerous. Going into the depths of the woods, even in daytime, is dangerous. You don't know where that goes. You feel like it's safer for you to stay on the road, even if the road isn't going in exactly the direction you want at this moment.
Sure.
Is there anything that Teddy would do, like, as he's walking along the road, to, like, interrogate his dream, or think about, like, his past, or consider, like, where this may be taking him?
Well, practically speaking, over the table, I need to decide what martial archetype Teddy got when he leveled up to his fighter level 3.
Okay.
Which would be compared, like, he levels up overnight while having this dream, connecting him to his past or pushing him toward his past. I do not want to, well, so sorry to slow things down, but I think that it's probably important. And also I need to roll a hit die if we want to do that as well. But so the player's handbook has battle.
For more HP. Yes.
Yeah. Battlemaster Champion, raw physical power. Eldritch Knight sounds interesting because it brings in the careful study of magic. Xanathars has archers.
If you want to, you also don't have to make this decision now. Like, you can select one now, and we can play with that today, and then you can think about it depending on maybe the events of today. Like, I know that that's not technically how we should be playing, but like, there's a lot of change that's coming Teddy's way. So I want to give you, Adam, the scope for like, oh, actually, based on what I've just learnt going to Argynvostholt, this would make more sense for Teddy.
My gut right now is telling me Eldritch Knight, just tentatively. And I think that's the only thing I have to change kind of decide, because my proficiency bonus doesn't change. Roll 20 would have taken care of that anyway. And also my number of Eldritch. Oh god. Debbie, I don't know. I'm gonna have to like combine multi-classic. Oh god, I don't. This is not why I play D&D, Debbie. I like it for the role play and the storytelling. I don't want to deal with the mechanics. We'll deal with all that later when Galway can help me.
Exactly. And so if you want to just pick like champion or whatever it is, like you can just pick one. If there's an easy way that you can do it, just pick one today, and we can figure it all out so that you've got the
I'll figure it out.
Main thing. We can figure it out.
Figure it out later. Eldritch Knight for now, but for the HP, I think. How do we do it? We roll. I think the D10 for my current class, right?
You're leveling up fighter, so you'll take a fighter hit die, which is D10. So you can roll and you can decide whether to keep it, and if you don't like it, I can roll for you, and then you have to keep mine.
Classic helpful goat. I will. I rolled a 2, so I'm gonna maybe go off of what you roll, and if it's a 1, I'm gonna scream.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this will probably be fine. Let me roll a D10.
You also rolled a 2.
Also a 2. I'm sorry.
This does not bode well for somebody going off on his own.
You'll be fine. God. Don't worry about it.
All right. So that stuff, he's kind of reflecting on who I am as a fighter and who I am in relation to my past, and he's, trying to make sense of that. I don't know if there's any other like kind of narrative, kind of flavor stuff that he'd be trying to work through. He might just be in tunnel vision and trusting that the spirit and visions of his father and will kind of carry him forward. It does, he did note the like in the dream why Strahd has taken a dislike to me specifically. Like, did he pick up on that in the interactions that he had with Strahd, like with the rest of the group? Were there moments like even if he didn't pick up on it at the time, like now in hindsight, is he realizing, oh wait, like Strahd gave me the middle finger at that point. I didn't know what it meant, but
yeah. So thinking about it now, if that's staying in your mind as you're like walking along this road by yourself, like when you're out for a walk by yourself, your brain sometimes it does some really good thinking.
And this is more social anxiety. It's like, oh, does Strahd not like me? Is Strahd mad at me?
What did I do? And then you're replaying all of the things that you maybe did to Strahd, and you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense, I guess, because I'm a piece of shit. No, not that. You remember that you were looping in the death house for years, and only you were looping.
Yeah, okay.
That feels like a pretty targeted attack at Teddy. Mm-hmm. And the social anxiety here you can put aside because you haven't done anything to Strahd. Like, you arrived in Barovia and he immediately set you to loop.
And that was explicitly clear in terms of like attributing the causality of that to Strahd. Like, this is me, Adam, kind of being fuzzy about it, but for he, like, Teddy knows, like, that was Strahd's doing because
and I feel like we talked about this, but if we didn't, that's my fault as the GM. When Strahd came to visit you at Ismark and Irina's house, he's like, oh, Teddy's broken the loop. That's a shame. Which implied that he knew that you were looping and like he'd had something to do with it. I think there was an exchange there.
He did, yeah.
So yeah, as you're thinking about it, you're with everything else that's gone on, right? Like you had this terrible experience in the death house, and then you got out of it, and you're kind of making friends with these new people, and it's been like action, 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 and you haven't really had that much time to reflect on how you ended up in Barovia or what's gone on. Like you've also gone through some physical changes and maybe died. There's been a fair amount of shit that's been thrown at Teddy in the last days, and so this kind of semi-peaceful walk in Barovia, you're digesting this, and you're digesting what the dragon said about like Strahd taking a disliking to you, and a few things are starting to make sense. Like, yeah, Strahd flipping you the middle finger every time he sees you, for sure, but also looping in the death house when that didn't happen to anyone else, that seems real personal.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Cool. Cool. Is there anything else that Teddy would be thinking about as he's plodding along this road? Anything else that you want to maybe roll or consider?
I mean, purely as a matter of character continuity, even if it doesn't connect up with any kind of storytelling intention on your part, Teddy will continue to be on the lookout for the alicorn that he thought he saw at one point, but he still has the big white feather from.
Yes.
And just in general, it would be like he's, just in general, like perception check, perception check, right? Like that's like Teddy understands that being on his own in a place like Barovia necessitates even more attentiveness to his surroundings. So yes, like he is like it makes sense. He's got a lot on his mind, and he's thinking about Strahd and he's thinking about his dad. But as much as possible, like he returns to a place of trying to be like attentive to his surroundings and just letting that stuff operate on gut instinct. Like he doesn't want to obsess over that stuff in his brain. He wants his brain to be present and attentive to his surroundings.
So you can roll a perception check as you're trucking along. Maybe you've been doing your deep thinking and then you go, oh yeah, I should be looking for things. An 18
perception.
Nice. Okay. So you also have playing in your mind all of like the warnings that Murray gave you about how dangerous Barovia is. So you're not like fully on edge about everything, but you realize that you're out on your own, and that's a different feeling for you in Barovia, right? Because to date in Barovia, you've been with other people, including looping through the death house with other parties that mostly died. So this is a different experience for you. So you are a little on edge, but you're not too stressed about it. But you're doing a good job of keeping a lookout. You're like, oh, there's a squirrel. Oh, there's some wolf tracks, but they're going in the other direction and they're a couple days old, no worries. And there's not very much traffic on this road, frankly. There's like, and by that I mean, there's no one else on the road as you're traveling. And there are cart tracks, and there is like the odd hoof print, but I would say it's not as well traveled a road as between Valakai and the village of Barovia, where there is like a good amount of backwards and forwards. This seems like a quieter route. You don't see anyone else. You don't see, like, you see the normal amount of nature that you would see in dense woodland, but you don't see anything that's a threat or a problem or an issue as you're traveling along. And you also don't see like evidence of monsters, creatures, bad shit going on. It's not like a trail of bodies or a pile of zombies or anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
So you have a good day's travel, and you can probably stop for a bite of lunch, and you trek along. And then just as the sun is beginning to set, you see the road that you are on has a branch going off to the left-hand side, and that is where you are pulled, right? You wanted to turn left, and now there is a path to the left. and you see the route that you're on kind of continue onwards into the woods, the same sort of west-ish direction, northwest west that it's going, but you're pulled to go left onto this winding path. And as you step onto the winding path, it kind of is a much less traveled path than the slightly less traveled path that you were already on, right? So you were on a route that had like cart tracks and a couple of hoof prints. You turn left, and this is like fully nature. Like parts of the path are a little more overgrown. There's some grass and so on. It's obviously way less traveled than the previous one that you were on.
Sure. By the way,
Yeah.
Has Teddy brought his horse? Teddy's traveling with his horse named Trip, right?
You can
Unless
be,
we
or you
don't.
can have gone on foot. It's your choice.
I mean, it's his horse.
Then you can travel on your horse, no worries.
But I don't want to. I mean, yeah, I don't want to endanger Trip, but
No, the rules of animals in this
That's not a
campaign is they're
problem.
invincible. Don't worry about it.
So yes, Teddy has left with Trip. I mean, because that'll make it. I don't know mechanically, but it seems like it'd be
You're
easier
still
to
going to have to
get
camp out.
away from dangerous situations
Yes.
faster. So yes, he's. I just wanted to note that he's traveling on Trip.
Good point, well made. Yeah, you got your horse. Excellent. So this path kind of starts winding up. It's a meandering up the forested slope of a mountain spur. You can see, and it continues off up into the woods. It's kind of an uppy route. And you realize that you're kind of doubling back on the way that you came, and that's to climb this little bit of a mountain. To climb
You
this
say it's
little
up a
hill.
slope and it's wooded as well, into
Yeah,
woods.
so your visibility in front of you is not great, but you can see the path kind of winds upwards, and you know, like sometimes the light's getting a bit dim, but you can see like, oh, there's the path as it appears further up.
Yeah.
Okay. But the sun is really starting to set, and it's starting to get to nighttime. So you probably need to camp for the night, or if you want to, be super risky, you can push on into the night in the hopes of reaching your destination. But you don't know whether you'll reach it in like an hour, or like you'll have to travel the whole night and you'll get there exhausted.
Teddy would be on the lookout for this, like a relatively safe, discreet, maybe hidden, like a good camping spot. The best possible camping spot within the soonest amount of time, because he
Okay,
does
do you
want.
wanna
He knows.
roll nature?
Could I roll survival?
Oh yeah, that's better. A 7. Oh crumbs.
Ugh.
It's not a good roll. With a 7, you're looking and the trees are pretty densely packed. And you're not sure that you could get you and Trip like into the woods far enough to be hidden and back out safely and quickly. If you needed to get back out to the road quickly, like through this dense woodland, you're not sure you could do it. So you think just camping on the side of the road, which you and the party have done before, is probably the way. So there's like the main path, and it's not wide, but like off to the side, you think you could like take off Trip's tack and hang it on a tree, and let them kind of, you could put them on a long line so they can wander around and graze, but they're not going to wander off. You could set up like your little bedroll like under a tree in a spot that even if it rains, you're going to be quite dry, and so on and so forth. And you'll be off to the side of the road, and you think that if you like hang your cloak a certain way, you might be quite disguised from the road, but you're not deep in the trees. You think you would be better hidden if you went further into the trees, but then you're more at risk of monsters deeper in the woods, so you're going to stay to the side of the road. That's your best option, rolling a 7.
Yeah. Is the Is the alternative? Would the alternative be then having like deciding to risk it and traveling further? Like a good survival role might have been like, oh, I found a good spot, like this works. But now without a good survival role, no good options. So now it's like I'm gonna keep going further and see if I find like I don't want to overly like overthink it in terms of how you're
So
DMing.
what Murray said to you is, don't travel at night, don't go into the woods, like don't camp out in Barovia, and like in that order, I think the highest risk is in the woods. It's riskier in the woods at nighttime, but it's still risky in the daytime. So like staying to the road is smart. Camping out is dangerous, but probably less dangerous than traveling at night. But if you knew that you were going to get to Argynvostholt within a couple of hours, you'd probably push on. But you don't know. You know that you're going to get there sometime the next day if you camp, but it might be like towards the end of the day, or it might be like lunchtime. You don't know. And so that's kind of making you a little bit uncertain about whether it's worth pushing through. Because if you push through and it's like a full night's travel, you're going to get there and you'll be exhausted, which might not be good if there's a problem.
There is no book of exhausted deeds, Debbie.
There is not yet. No, not yet. You might find one, though.
Yeah, okay. Teddy will camp out as best he can. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you set up your camp. And can you roll a perception check for me, please?
I can. Let's see. Come on. No whammies, no whammies, no
Ooh,
whammies.
a good roll.
A dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Nice. Okay. So as you're like setting up your camp for the night, you rolled like pretty good on your previous perception in 18. But this time, like as you're setting up your camp and you're trying to get everything organized, you're really like looking around to check out for hazards or dangers or like monster tracks or anything. And you notice there are so many ravens in the trees around where you're camping. This is an unnatural confluence of ravens. None of them are like
A UCR.
yeah, unnatural confluence of ravens. Yeah, as everybody says, a UCR. They're not like looking at you, all of them, but some of them are sort of watching you. But many of them, they're like positioned, and not as far as the eye can see in the woods, but like the woods around you on your side of the road, but also on the other side of the road. There are a few of them like flying overhead. You see a few of them circling. Like there are so many ravens. There are approximately 8 swarms of ravens. So that's what I rolled. In the area around you. And you don't know if these are like keepers of the feather ravens or Strahd ravens or a combination of both or what, but they're like, oh, I'm being watched by a bunch of ravens. And actually, that makes you feel all right. Because many ravens in Barovia work with the keepers of the feather. Some work for Strahd, but you don't
keepers of the feathers. Were ravens, resistance to the devil. That's what I wrote down.
Yep. So you can't tell from looking at these ravens whether any of them are were ravens, but you know enough about the keepers of the feather and this situation that you feel like there's a pretty good shake. This many ravens, they're keeping an eye on you because they care about you.
Okay, so that's encouraging.
Yes. And that's your random encounter that you rolled. So good. You got a little watch guard.
Nice.
Nice.
Randomly, I will recommend a book that I read this year called Hollow Kingdom.
Okay.
Which is it's not a raven, it's a crow. It is a book written from the viewpoint of a crow. But it's a a zombie apocalypse story from the viewpoint of a pet crow.
Oh,
It's really good. I really enjoyed it.
that
Um,
is interesting.
and I
Yeah.
love the main characters. So yeah,
The
fun
main
and
character,
cool.
the crow.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
His name is ST, which is short for shit turd, which is the name that his owner gave him. Shit turd, ST.
Oh, okay. All right.
Anyway, that's the whole random bird stuff for the day.
I like it. Thank you. Random bird stuff and book recommendation. Nice. Right. Do you want to do any Exalted Deeds reading before you go to bed?
Sure. Yes, I will. If I have the light to read by.
Does Teddy not have dark vision?
Uh, I mean, I don't remember.
Satyrs don't have dark vision. Dragonborn do not have dark vision. No dark vision.
Oh,
Okay,
no,
well,
I don't.
you can read if you light a torch. Otherwise, it's just really fucking dark.
Jeez, no, I'm not. If I were like 73 hours into the book, I might risk lighting a torch while camping alone in Barovia
Yeah.
on a, but I think he would play it safe and not light a torch. He's just gonna try to be as discreet as possible.
Okay. All right.
I should get inspiration for that. I don't know why.
Okay. Interesting. I mean, if you could have persuaded me why, then maybe. But you going, I don't really know why. It's not.
Immediately.
Immediately, like, I should get inspiration for that, and I was about to go, oh, why? And then you went, I don't know
well,
why.
because
Here we
no,
go.
because strategically, it
No,
makes sense
strategically, the smart thing to do is to stay in the dark. If you lit a torch and read your book and took the risk, you get inspiration. Because you're doing something to your detriment. You're taking the risk. That's why you get inspiration. If you do something risky. Not if you do something smart.
I guess that's true. I guess that's a different way of thinking about it.
Oh, yeah. It's potentially to your detriment to light a torch. But, like, you should be encouraged for doing things that are potentially to your detriment. Because you're right. You're not 73 hours in. You're 5 hours in. You got 75 hours more reading to go. So, logically, the thing is, don't risk it.
I guess I'm used to the inspiration being not taking risks, but doing something in character the character would do despite what you want to do as a player or something.
Okay.
So I as a player want to just rack up the hours, but I'm honoring the fact that would Teddy actually do that? In these circumstances, is he thinking oh, I got to get through this book, or is he thinking
I got to survive the night.
Yeah, but the risk aspect of it is more fun for sure, and maybe that's the way we want to. I
think you've persuaded me, because you're right about what you the player versus you the character want to do. So I think you can have inspiration. But I like it is if you do something that's potentially to your detriment, either because it's fun or it's risky or something like that. That is more likely to get inspiration from me, just because I think that that's a fun way to play.
I think that makes sense. I think that is fun, and also Teddy's on his own and can use all the inspiration he can get. So thank you.
Valid, also valid. Yeah, yep.
So yes, cool.
So you are in the tent and you're thinking, oh, I'm a bit nervous. I'm camping out in Barovia. This is a bit stressful. But actually, you get settled and you get your bedroll set out and your cloak hung up to kind of slightly discreetly hide you. And you know that Trip's out there and there's bajillions of ravens hanging around. And you kind of get comfortable. And the next thing you know, it's the morning and the sun is coming up. And you like move your cloak out of the way, and nothing has changed. The ravens are there, like they looked, like when they tuck their little head under their wing, like they're asleep. Some of them are still circling, but like there's not like wolf prints on the road. There's not any fresh hoof prints. There's nothing. You seem to have spent, luckily, a quiet and peaceful night in Barovia, and you are counting your lucky stars. Everything seems to be fine. Like you move your cloak the other way and Trip's there, like grazing on some grass, looking like fat from a night of eating and rest. Like Trip looks happy. Everything seems fine.
Cool. A couple points. So, do you want me to be keeping track of my rations? Like, have
Yes,
I
please.
gone down to?
You
Have I already gone? Can I be like if I got breakfast, maybe from the
Danica?
inn,
Yeah.
like when I left or something? Can I be down to like 1.5 days of rations at this point, or
No.
am I down to 1 day of rations?
Correct. It's 1 day of rations. Yeah.
Jeez, I don't like this. I never have to pay
We
attention
don't
to
normally
rations.
do this.
I know,
yeah.
but this is
So
and then so the other thing is, so we'll build into that first day of travel. I think, presumably, maybe that at some
Conversation.
point there was a sending stone interaction.
Yeah. Yes. And yeah, we can do that off screen, the 5 of us, and then we can recount it in our next session with the 3 of them.
Awesome, cool.
Nice one. So you wake up and you look around and everything's fine. And the weather for today is really windy. Turbulent gusts sweep across the land. Can you roll a d4 to see where the wind's coming from? Please?
Yeah.
So the wind is coming from the north. So it is a cold wind coming from the north off the mountains. But the good news about that is because you're heading pretty much south, the wind is going to be behind you, pushing you along. It would have sucked if the wind was coming from the south because you'd be walking into the wind and that's hard. But you've actually got the wind behind you, which means that your movement speed is a little bit faster because you're getting
Nice.
shoved along. All right. There you go. So you get all set up, packed up, and off you go again. And that pull is still there. It's not got any stronger. It's not got any weaker. It's still there. Is there anything that Teddy would do before he hit the road this morning?
Well, he would roll a d20 to see what he dreamed about.
Yes, he would.
Another 14.
Just regular old dreams.
No,
Maybe you have like the same
luck.
dream with the dragon again, or like not the same dream, but like the dragon's there still encouraging you to complete your journey.
Would it be?
Yes, whatever you're going to say.
I feel like
it.
no. I feel like I'd be cheating if I just now chose this morning to read an hour of the book. Like I feel like I would have cheated you out of an inspiration, but like.
No, weirdly, the book is like you pack up your stuff and you realize, I've packed the book right at the bottom of my bag. I can't get to it right now.
Yeah, all right. Cool. Perfect. I'm fine with that.
I mean, if you'd been smart, what you'd have said is, you know what? This path is going. I trust Trip. I can read while I ride. But the book is packed at the bottom of your bag now.
That's, no. Teddy is driven. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got things to do. Okay, do you want to roll a perception check as you continue to travel on through these woods?
Very much so.
Here we go.
Perception check.
Ooh, a 21. Okay. So you set off and it's this meandering path climbing up the mountainside, and you're looking around, you're checking in the woods. There's nature again, but nothing suspicious. And because of the unnatural confluence of ravens that you saw last night, you realize although they are moving in a natural way, right? They're not like flying above you in a straight line on the path. Some of the ravens are still following you at a distance, naturally, like through the woods. And it's not like one raven all the time that you can recognize, but a few of them are like flitting in and out. And kind of every 5 minutes, you see a raven. And you're like, oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. You know that there are ravens following you.
Okay.
Good roll. Okay. So you travel the whole of the morning up this kind of winding path. And right at about lunchtime, you kind of break out of the trees, and like high above the valley juts, and I don't know how to say the word, a quiet promontory. What's a promontory?
Promontory.
Yeah.
It is a high, prominent mass of land.
There you go. A
that
high prominent mass of land.
Projects out into a body of water or overlooks lower land. So it's like a little jutting cliff, I guess.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
It's also, does Hamlet say promontory? And is what a piece of work is a man's speech? I think he does. This goodly frame the earth seems to me a sterile promontory. This most excellent canopy the air, look you, this brave o'erhanging firmament, this majestical roof fretted with golden fire, why it appeareth no other thing to me than a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors.
Thanks, Hamlet.
Yeah, thanks.
So high above the river valley juts a quiet promontory upon which looms a mansion, its turrets capped with fairy tale cones, its towers lined with sculpted battlements.
I'm sorry, can you start over? There's a mansion on the promontory.
Correct.
And then something about, repeat the...
Its turrets, so like the
turrets,
topped, yeah, capped with fairy tale cones.
With fairy tale.
You know, like the pointy roofs that you get on wizards' towers? The round ones with the points.
Pointed.
That's what it means.
Googling pointed roof on wizard tower.
Yep. And
cool.
It's lined with sculpted battlements, so it looks like it's a mansion, but it's also kind of like a castle. Is the vibe?
Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool.
And you can see, like, it's a little ways in the distance. You still have to approach it, but you can see that some of the structure has collapsed, as has part of the roof. And there's a tower that kind of rises above the surrounding architecture at the back of it from where you are. Out of the fog and the wind and everything comes a distant peal of thunder, but there's no rain. It's just like one peal of thunder, and then quickly accompanied by the howling of wolves. You're like, oh, cool, here come the wolves. But they're far away, they're not close. The house stands silent, seeming like a fossilized remains of some long dead thing smote upon the mountainside.
Does this seem like it could be the Amber Temple?
No, there's a little sign at the side. You know, like one of those little postbox mailboxes? It says Argynvostholt.
Oh, is the Amber Temple something else entirely? Isn't the Amber Temple kind of
Something
where he's headed?
Geographically, let me look at the map. Geographically, the Amber Temple is like a straight shot south from here. I think. Let me look at my map. But you're not going to the Amber Temple. You are going to Argynvostholt.
Well, I guess weird. I have it in my notes that Teddy definitely wants to go to the Amber Temple eventually. And it seems to be in relationship to Argynvostholt, but I don't know why I got that impression. Amber Temple guarded by the forces of good. Argynvostholt now a haunted ruin. Oh, this is in the in the dictionary he was looking in session 19. When Strahd drove his enemies into the valley, the last thing he expected to encounter was a silver dragon. ... Amber Temple, guarded by the forces of good. ... Argynvostholt, now a haunted ruin. Period.
Yeah. So I think over the table, generally at some point the party are going to want to go to the Amber Temple. There have been a few hints kind of pushing you towards that, but this is not that.
Okay, separate. And
Yeah.
but so this is what he's really looking for right now, which is Argynvostholt.
Yeah. And that pull is like straight there.
Awesome.
Okay. Cool. All right. Can you? Okay. So you can and you continue to walk up towards it. Can you roll a perception check for me, please?
Sure. It's a natural, a natural's 1, a critical fail, which I love. But I do have inspiration.
You do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you do.
I will use my inspiration to re-roll this perception check, I think. Seems potentially like a wise use of it. So let me try this again. 15.
Okay. So with a 15, you see, so the mansion is like there, and you're on the path that comes up to it. And if you could imagine that you've probably seen in, like, I don't know whether you watch like Bridgerton or any of the other like stately homes kind of set outs, that they often have like a roundabout in front of their house, basically, that lets the carriages pull up, drop people off, and then pull away. So that is in front of the house at the bottom of the main steps that lead up to the house. In the middle
Not
of the...
Bridgerton, but Beverly Hillbillies. Yeah, for me.
Oh, okay.
They have that too.
They have that too? Wonderful. Yes, great. The cultural references apply. Slightly different, but the goal is the same. You can pull up in a car or a carriage, and then you can drive away going the same way without having to do a turn in the road. In the middle of the roundabout is a 10-foot wide, 10-foot high cube of granite, so cube of rock, and on top of it is a moss-covered statue of a dragon, its wings tucked close to the body. And the back of the dragon is facing you as you approach the house. The face of the dragon is looking towards the house. So you see that, first of all. You see, with your 15 perception check, a wooden coffin on the path to the mansion, like on a little, like a cart with 4 wheels. The coffin's just on it. So like it's like a funeral cart that's been delivered. There's a coffin there, off to one side of the cube of granite with the statue on top. And like you can just see on the other side of the cube of granite, someone is leaning there, a person. What do you want to do?
I think Teddy might torn between having him announce his presence, like you might do in like a normal society. But maybe he's gonna be cautious and be kind of try to be stealthy and like get off of Trip, kind of tell Trip to like stay back or like be still, not make any noise. And Teddy just wants to see if he can get closer in a stealthy way and just to get a more visually clear assessment of like who this person is and what threat they pose.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So if you want to roll sneak.
Yep. I'll try my best.
Ooh, okay. You rolled a
15
15
stealth.
stealth. Very good. And the person behind the thing rolled a 14, just for the record.
Ooh,
So
14 perception.
yeah. So, you can get to wherever you want to get, and the person that's leaning on the granite does not seem to react.
Yeah, like just off to the side, just enough to kind of get a sense of who this is. What's their demeanor? Are they armed? Do they seem quite dangerous? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you're off to the side slightly, sort of over their shoulder. So you've maybe gone out slightly to the side. So they'd have to look like back over their shoulder to where you are, but you can see them quite clearly. They are a Vistana woman, so they're wearing like a brightly colored dress. They've got a scarf tied around their waist. They've got another scarf tied around their neck. They've got some brightly colored jewelry, but they are armed to the hilt. They've got um a rapier at their side. They've got a couple of hand axes. They've got a short sword. They've got a pack that is stuffed with things that's on the ground. And they're stood leaning real casual against this statue, eating a sandwich. So they
Okay.
don't they are armed, they're ready to go, but they don't seem like they're about to do a fight. They feel like they're just stopping for a snack here, looking at the house.
Um, the Vistani. Last interaction with the Vistani was at like there was a Vistani camp, right?
Yeah, Madam Ava's was the Vistani camp that you went to, and you got the Tarokka reading.
Okay. I wonder if Teddy might remember something Adam wrote down in his notes about that from that card reading.
Hmm. Oh yeah, I think if it's something that you've experienced, you can remember it.
But also, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was I forget, yeah, the cards. I was thinking about the cards earlier because it said something about a nest of ravens, but I don't know if I'm near their nest or anything. But um sheds light on one who will help us greatly in the battle against darkness. A Vistani wandering the land alone, searching for her mentor. Doesn't stay in one place for long. Seek her out at St. Markovia's Abbey near the Mists, or near the House of the Dragon, or near the Wizard's Tower. Even that early, that was session 14, Teddy would have been noting anything dragon related. So this, I think Teddy might think he might take the gamble and think this seems like it's a Vistani woman traveling alone near the House of the Dragon. He will take the risk. And I mean, well, I don't know if can or should I roll an insight check? Or did my
You for sure can roll an insight check on this person. See what
okay.
the vibe is.
I mean, I get a casual vibe. I get a sandwich vibe, which I like.
Very.
I like sandwich vibes.
Yep. Oh, with a 20
Yeah.
insight. So, this is. This person seems traveling in Barovia in a way that you don't.
You say confident?
Correct. Confident. So, Like they're perched up by a statue eating a sandwich. You don't remember or think that this person like crossed the path that you were on to get here, and it is a one-way street. So you feel like this person came through the woods, which means they're heckin' brave and they're not frightened of dealing with things in Barovia. But you also like, this is not an evil person. This is not like one of Strahd's minions. The vibe of this person is like good, confident, moving around Barovia, which means they've done it a lot. They know what they're about, they know what they're up to, and they're having a snack before whatever the next step of their journey is. They seem like they've not got their headphones in and aren't paying attention, but like
Yeah.
you know, they're watchful, but you kind of outwitted them a bit in sneaking up on them. But you don't feel like this is an enemy of yours at all. And you definitely think like that Taraka reading and this person, that's a 1-for-1 fit. You think this is an incredible find. You think you've knocked it out of the park.
Yay! All right, Teddy will announce himself in as non-threatening a way as possible, just like, "Ho, fellow traveler!"
And she will turn and look like, as you called, like she'll turn and look over her shoulder and she'll go like, "Oh, hello, hello. Can I help you?"
You maybe can. Is this Argon Volstolt?
Yeah, as the mailbox back there sent, this is Argenvostholt, yeah. What you looking for?
Not entirely sure, but in a general sense, looking for answers.
To questions?
Yeah. Yeah. I just sometimes I'm not
Don't
sure
know
I
the
know what the
question?
questions are.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
very
that sounds
Douglas
familiar.
Adams, if you know what I mean.
42, yeah,
Um,
yeah, for sure.
I'm Teddy.
I'm Esmeralda.
Esmeralda?
Yep.
Hi, Esmeralda. Good to meet you. Trip, come over. She's friendly. As my horse,
I
Trip.
wouldn't go that far. Friendly. No one's ever described me as that.
Oh, well, you seem friendly so far. What kind of sandwich do you have there?
Steak and egg. It's a classic Barovian sandwich.
Debbie, you can't.
I can. I absolutely can.
Debbie. What?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I am speechless. I don't know. Part of me feels like that itself should be a cliffhanger. Like that is such a dramatic reveal. I don't know. This complicates things.
What, a sandwich?
Steak and egg sandwich.
Yeah. Are you hungry? Do you want something?
Well, I've still got some rations left, but I'm traveling alone, and do you what look, I'm here on a personal journey. And I feel some kind of connection with this place. And I'm wondering if you might be able to help me find some answers. I mean, why are you here?
All right, I'm trusting you, Teddy. I'm looking for my mentor, and I thought that he might be here, and I just got here today, and I decided to have a little snack before progressing into the manor. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here to see if my mentor's here.
May I ask who your mentor is?
Uh, Why should I trust you? See, it's tricky. Barovia, dodgy place, not great. Don't know who to trust. You seem like a nice guy. You seem like I could kill you in a fight. Like, whose side are
Yeah,
you
you
on?
probably could kill me in a fight.
And she's spinning a hand axe as she's saying this.
Ooh, fancy. I what is a clear and economical way to answer the question of
Do
whose
you
side
support the devil?
I don't support the devil. In fact, I've spent much of the last several days doing my best to protect various people from his influences in this land.
Then I
And
think
if
we're
it's a
on the
matter
same
of
side.
trust, I can, you know, I can share a little bit of my story if it helps you feel comfortable sharing a little bit of yours. And Teddy would relay kind of the basics of like I was pulled into this land while on a journey to try to meet up with my father or the ghost of my father or whatever the fuck he is.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm here after being punished by the devil for reasons I don't understand, being trapped in a
Mm-hmm.
time loop in a death house. And I feel compelled, I feel drawn to this place because I think it might hold some answers about my father and who I am. Because I died and came back to life and now I'm weird. I'm a weird matchup.
Oh, so you've really been through it, huh?
I have been through it.
Yeah. Okay.
And Barovia, I don't know. I'm not really a fan.
Hmm. Hmm. No, that's reasonable. It's not fun, is it? Hectic. All right. Well, I appreciate that, Teddy, and it sounds like you've certainly caught the attention of the devil somehow. So that sucks for you. I am all right. My mentor. I'm looking for Rudolf van Richten.
Rudolph Van Richten? Van
Yeah.
Richten? Okay.
And I feel like check your notes, Adam, because that might mean something to you. I can't remember what
Is it
information I gave you.
I don't have any
No Rudolph, no Van
Rudolph
Richten in your notes.
or I'm looking for Van. I know Henrik Vandervoort, the coffin maker.
Uh-huh, yeah, okay.
But no, I don't have anything in my notes about Rudolph.
Okay.
Somebody else might, Lena might have got that at least.
No, that's okay. So like that name doesn't mean anything to you? That's a shame. I kind of hoped that maybe in
I
your
mean,
travels you'd cross paths with them.
can I do a history check?
You can.
Teddy has leafed through some like books here and there, and he looked at like I think right a dictionary at one point. Um, let's see what the dice. Yeah, it's a 6 history check. So
No. Oh, that's a shame. I really was hoping that you'd cross paths with him. Oh, but hang on. He might be traveling in disguise. Have you met like a carnival man named Rictavio?
oh yes, I've met Rictavio,
Man, he's sneaky. Where
but
did you
he
find him?
can I
Do you,
can I do
Adam,
an
remember?
insight?
Oh yeah.
Can I do an insight check to make sure that she's not
Yep.
deceiving me or trying to get like is she dressing up like a dastardly intention as looking for
Okay.
her mentor? Like is she a threat to the person she's looking for, you know?
Yeah. 13. Okay, with a 13, like this person, you feel like this person has an incredible poker face. But there's nothing dodgy going on here. Like this is fully above board. She's being fully honest. And like if you kind of hesitate and you look at her and you're like, I'm not sure. Like she can see that you're trying to get a read on her, and she pulls like a notepad. Her bag's on the ground at her feet, and she opens it up, and you can see it's stuffed with food. Number one, like there's sandwiches up the wazoo in there, and she pulls out a little notebook, and she opens it, and it's like a sketch of her mentor, and it's signed Rick Tavio, and you recognize the handwriting because Rick Tavio's left you guys a note before. So you're pretty sure like that she did this sketch of this person when she was traveling with him and he signed it. So you know that there's a relationship there, and she shows it to you and she's like, I'm fully above board. This guy is my mentor. He's probably looking for me. I'm looking for him to find out what the heck is going on and why he's in Barovia, but I can't track him down.
Gotcha. Yeah, we met my friends and I met Rictavio at the inn. What's the name of the inn?
Blue Water Inn.
At the Blue Water Inn, he shared with us that he's not actually a carnival man, that he's a spy trying to figure out what's going on in Barovia. He told us he has some experience with planes walking and he told us he has a pet monkey named Piccolo.
Did you meet Piccolo? Piccolo's great.
I think we did, didn't we? Or we went to
Piccolo
Blinsky's.
is living in Blinsky's toys at the moment, but yeah, you met Piccolo. You got to watch your chocolate-covered almonds around him because he'll have them as soon as look at you. He's a good pickpocket, that monkey.
Oh, that's good to know. Rictavio seemed very interested in investigating a winery.
Right.
I think he said that if they were a group of adventurers interested in investigating the winery on their way to Krask, Rictavio would join them.
Okay.
So I don't know if he ended up going to that winery, but
so you saw him in Valakai. When was that? Like a week ago? He could have left already?
How many days ago was that? 2 days ago?
You saw him yesterday in Valakai. No, well, hang on. Day before yesterday. Sorry, this is the alert on my phone. The government are alerting me that I'm alive. Thanks, government. It's a test. Anyway, carry on. The day. So not yesterday morning you left bright and early from Valakai, but the day before, the longest Tuesday in the world, you would have met him, seen him in Valakai then, the day before yesterday.
Yeah, I saw him 2 days ago. But before you go and find him, can I ask you can you stick around and help me a little bit?
Sure.
And then I can.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, we can explore this together because this is helpful. Yeah, like if we know this place, yeah, and then maybe you can take me to Valakai and like. I don't know. I'm all right traveling in Barovia by myself, but traveling with another is always a better way to go than just on your own. So
look, I'm sure you're helping me more than I'm helping you, but maybe this place has some answers to the questions that Rictavio has. Maybe you can impress your mentor a bit if you get some information that will help his investigation.
All right, good thinking, Ted.
Not that you need any convincing. You seem very. You seem friendly.
Yeah,
I don't know why no one's ever called you that before. Maybe it's just a Barovian thing.
Probably. It's Barovia. There's lots of things. Yeah.
You're from Barovia originally? Is that right?
I don't think we need to get into that right now.
Okay.
So there's one thing that you need to know about this house. I already set off. There's a trap in this statue. If you climb the front steps to go towards the front door, I set it off, but the magic must have faded over time because it puffed some vaguely cold air at me. I reckon in the past it probably did like a cone of cold or something super cool, but right now it's just like being breathed on by a very cold asthmatic ant. It was not very impressive, but just so you know.
Ant, A-U-N-T or Ant, A-N-T?
ANT, like a tiny creature. You know, like imagine if an ant
Yeah.
breathed on you, you probably would barely feel it.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I was
That's
trying to be funny, I
fair.
guess. Like maybe
I
I
was
need to
picturing
workshop that some more.
a creepy ant at like a family gathering, breathing on your neck or something.
Oh,
But it sounds
yeah,
like
okay.
this trap was quite weak because it's faded over time. So okay,
Yeah.
I understand.
Mm-hmm. But that coffin's a bit weird. That was here when I got here.
Should we open that?
I mean, let's look at it first, hey?
Right. We should invest. I mean, if there, yeah, I think we should. I constantly be investigating for traps wherever possible because I don't want to die out here.
Yeah, no, nobody does. Although you've already died, so maybe you're fine with it. I don't know. Anyway, so you can roll an investigation check, Adam.
Will you help me investigate, please, Esmeralda?
I mean, how good at investigating are you?
Not great. I'm more of a like I'm a shepherd usually. I'm a
Uh-huh.
Pegasus shepherd.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So and a cleric background. So I usually take a more holistic view. I take a holistic view of like a flock in a field or a holistic view of the body and trying to but like really zooming in and kind of looking for things like not my not my best
Not your
strongest
forte?
skill.
Yeah, okay, no worries. Well, look, why don't you help me then, and I'll look at that coffin and check for traps and such.
Happy to. I could also I could support by giving you guidance.
Oh, hey, I like that. That's great, man. You're a good person to know. Okay, so she's gonna roll and add a d4. Oh, look, don't even worry about it. She rolled over 20, so
Nice.
add a d4. Oof. Nice. Okay, so with a 22. It's a wooden coffin. Oh, she says, frighteningly, there's a name chiseled on the lid. Teddy? It's your name. It says Teddy. It's your coffin. That's grim. I hate that.
Does it say just Teddy? Is that all it says? Teddy?
Teddy of Arbora. Is that you?
Oh yeah, that is me. I was hoping maybe it was some other Teddy, but that's
Like
pretty
Teddy
specific.
Jones or Teddy, other Teddy. Yeah, no, I think this is
Ted
you.
Kaczynski, Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah, okay. No, it's definitely you. And I think, and she kind of listens. I think there's something inside it. So if we do want to open it, we better be ready.
Well, Esmeralda, do we have to open it?
Nope, not at all. Although why there's a coffin with your name on it here, I don't want to know.
Oh, jeez. I get maybe it's not a coffin. Maybe it's just like a package delivered to me.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe there's like some food inside or a present.
Look, I'm being compelled on this journey by, vague forces and destinies that I don't understand. And probably if it has my name on it, even if it's grim and kind of creepy and vaguely threatening in a death kind of way, I guess we should open it. So, what if I open it and
Yeah.
you are prepared to fight if it's like something threatening?
Well, look, how about this? You can open it, and why don't we both get ready to fight?
Yeah, I'll be ready, but I'm gonna prepare I'm just scared. That's all.
Oh, look, and that's valid. You know, it's okay to be scared.
But I also find in my fear, ever since I was brought back to life, I find in my fear more exhilaration these days. So yeah, let's fucking do it. Because
Let's
like
fucking do it.
yeah.
Okay. All right, Teddy. Let me put you both on the map. And it's up to you. You can open the coffin and we can deal with what's in there now, or we can do that next time, Adam. You get to choose.
Ooh, let's save it for next time. That sounds like a fun
A good
kind of
place to stop.
moment to start off on the next time we're able to get together. I also I need to like circle back to the steak and egg thing.
Oh
It's
yeah? To
such
the
a
sandwich?
weird. So like momentarily, I kind of forgot that the main thing is the main thing. So like steak and egg in this world
Pie.
can go together, but the idea of it being together in a pie doesn't like that's the novelty. That's
Yeah.
that has to be dream inspired. So like this like hearing about a steak and egg sandwich, totally normal, but there's like just the slightest itch at Teddy's mind of like that like there's something there, but it's still beyond his reach. It's beyond his conscious waking comprehension, right? The sandwich isn't a revelation,
Yeah. Yeah. The
right?
sandwich isn't the revelation. Is the most
And
Holy
it's
Ghost
not
thing that anyone's ever said.
and it's not and again, the combination of steak and egg in sandwich form is not a revelation either. Am I right?
Esmeralda said it like it was totally normal, completely fine.
Yeah, and that's not a revelation to Teddy, right?
No.
He's like, yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. But someday, if he rolls a 19 or
No.
20,
20
he will be inspired to combine steak and egg
in a pie.
into a pie, and he will have invented what I maintain persistently is basically quiche.
Mm-hmm.
Or like a frittata. Like a frittata.
Yeah.
Let's Google
It's going to be a
frittata
culinary
while we...
delight in Barovia. It's going to change the world. That's all you know.
Frittata is an egg-based Italian dish similar to an omelet, crustless quiche. Crustless quiche. Crust. So a quiche with a crust would be basically a pie.
But it's got to have an open, like a pie has a crust and a lid. And your frittata doesn't have any steak in it unless you made a steak frittata.
It's all beside the point. I'm getting ahead of myself here because Teddy still has to dream this up.
Yeah. Yeah. He's not there
I'm
yet.
gonna ping Sam. Sam is our tech ghost today. Sam was a trooper and woke up at 8 or early in the morning Eastern time here in the United States for our very atypical Twitch stream.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, because if that's where
what's
we're
been
going to
going on in
stop,
the
good
Twitch
job.
chat? Oh, your mom was in the Twitch chat.
Yeah. My mum's great.
This is just
It's my mum
irrational.
and dad's 51st wedding anniversary today. Congrats, mum and dad.
Happy anniversary, Debbie's mom.
Yeah.
Quoting Shakespeare. Oh yes, Sam met her when they were out there.
Mm-hmm.
50. Yeah, that's exciting. Went for a walk by the river in the sun. Ian is watching F1. The movie F1?
No, I think the actual Formula One, the race that's happening today, probably.
Oh, I have no real interest in the movie, but I've heard it's great with Brad Pitt.
Mm.
At present, it's steak and wine for dinner. You should have steak and
Should
egg.
have been steak and egg. Yeah. Yeah. If only my
Huh.
mum was as much of a gremlin as I am trolling you. Sadly not.
Who is Boom Baby Pug?
I don't know.
Not in the chat, but in the list of viewers. Boom Baby Pug. That has to be somebody who. Is it one of your dogs?
I don't believe that my dogs have access to the internet. They're both asleep on my feet. So I would be concerned if they could access the internet from sleeping on my foot.
Maybe one of your pugs has the same deal with Twitch as Teddy has with Steak and Egg Pie. Maybe one of your pugs is dreaming access to Twitch as we speak.
And is making it happen? Yeah, maybe. It's probably Kenneth.
Are
Is Sam with us? Is
we
Sam
could?
gone to the bathroom?
I'm sure they'll be back soon. We can riff until they're back.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk through. I'm curious about. Oh yeah, but before I'm very curious. Let's just establish right now,
Yeah.
as like a good healthy way to talk through D&D dynamics and stuff, and like boundaries. Can Teddy and Esmeralda be an item? Is that anything at all that we're ever circling, or is that off limits?
I think from a consent perspective, if you're interested in that, it can be on the table. In that I don't mind Teddy trying to hit on Esmeralda, but I don't think Teddy's going to have much success. But that doesn't mean that it couldn't be funny to watch Teddy try.
Okay, I don't think it's a priority or top of mind for Teddy either. I was curious as a player as to what's going on there. That is all the answer I need. Yeah.
Okay. All
I'll
right.
start planning their wedding now.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Is
fine.
that
That's weird, but fine. Look, people be weird, no problem. Also, if you want to figure out, so things we need to do is you need to figure out your level up, which you feel free to like ask Galway for their support because they're an excellent expert. And we need to sort out. You need to write your note, and we need to sort out the conversation, the off-stream conversation, the behind-the-scenes conversation with the sending stones between Teddy and the party to make sure that everyone kind of has their questions answered and their needs met, and that it's good. It feels good for all of us as players that you've kind of shot off on your own, because we are where we are, so we can deal with that.
Sounds good.
And we'll be picking up the next time that you and I play, Adam, opening the coffin and discovering what may be inside.
Ooh.
Wonderful. So you survived your first like day and a half as a solo party member. Good job. Well played. I enjoyed that.
Thank you.
One-on-one is fun, as it turns out. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get bogged down by like other people.
Yeah, you only have to role play with one person, not with like 4 or 5. Exhausting. Who can manage that? Lol. Lol. So Debbie, Galway, Elise, Lena are scheduled to play next Saturday, the 13th, I think. And there'll be a future session of Debb and Ted's Excellent Adventure scheduled at some point in the future. If you are not already, join our Discord, !Discord, to get updates on when our sessions are scheduled for, whether it's the rest of the party or just me and Adam. The best place to get those updates is in the Discord, and hopefully we'll see you all then. So I think if we're ready to wrap this up, thank you from me. I'm assuming thank you from Adam. Take care of yourself.
Thank
everyone.
you.
Drink some water. Bye. Thanks, Sam.